Hi, welcome to Overcoming Adversity podcast with Amanda Marino and Sarah Frias, powered by Next Level.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good evening.
Good evening, all of them.
Whatever you're listening to. So this is kind of funny. Sarah and I were just talking before this. We decided to have no topic and just go with it. So we're going to show you my shoes because I want to show them because they're cute.
Yeah.
We're going to start with that. And we're just going to have fun on this
amazing.
one. We're going to have fun with this one. And just
You don't want to see
us.
my shoes?
Yeah, I think they do want to see your
No,
shoes.
they don't because they're going to make fun of me.
Okay.
They're socks with sandals. So
Hey.
the slides. I think it's it's a big Jersey thing.
It is.
Yeah.
Socks. That's not a Florida thing.
No,
we're sandals.
I know.
So maybe we could talk, just what came to my head, and you can add in, but like about how we work together and like how our skill sets and things like that help one another and like the work that we do and some of our clients.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah. So I tend to be, I feel like it's genetic in my family. Like Scarlett's like it, Merrick's like it, my mom's like it. We tend to stay up late. For me to be on an early routine, I really have to work at it. I can get my kids to school on time, all that stuff, but like I'm not generally, even if I go to bed early. And Sarah, you are opposite.
I am, and I was going to say something afterwards, but I am a morning person and I go to bed. I mean, I think I've gotten better, but usually around like 9:30, 10. Like I'm up at 5 in the morning. I like to really get all my stuff done in the morning, ideally. And you're really good at getting stuff done at nighttime. So we balance each other out.
Yes.
I was going to say, I wonder if the nighttime thing is not genetic, but like something that's been taught to you, right? Like your mom has stayed up late. So then obviously as a kid, you probably stayed up late. You stay up late. So I wonder if like Scarlett and Merrick then, followed in that.
I don't know. It's like, could be, I don't know.
Because I hope my kids don't do that.
Well, I'll tell you, when I had kids your kids' age, I went to bed early and I got up early, but I'm in a different frame of life. You have 1 and 3. Yeah. I have almost, I'm just going to say their ages because I keep going ahead and I'm not going to do that. I have 12 and 19-year-olds.
Yeah.
So it's
crazy.
very, very different, So yeah, it works because you can manage the early morning and you bang stuff out, and then like I can do whatever's going on late night. Yes. Well, not too late night.
No, but I mean, it's always a benefit for sure if there's something going on that is going to be completed, say in California, right, or Utah, anytime that's like, Pacific Standard Time.
Yeah,
and it's like 9 o'clock there, which means it's like 12 here, and I'm like, whoo. So I'll be like, Amanda, are you going to be up?
Yeah.
She'll be like, yep, I got it. That's the benefit. I really wonder if we were both the same way in a lot of qualities, would it work?
Like if you were as emotional as I am?
Emotional, not a morning person, really like good at the social media aspect and, not really, and I'm not saying you don't want to, but like not really loving the aspect of doing all the behind the scenes stuff that I like to do.
Yeah, can't stand it.
It wouldn't work.
Yeah, no. I was like, when Blake left, I, made a conscious decision to not learn any of those things that I'm not naturally good at, because to me, that's a waste of time for what I am good at, how I am good with clients, my skill sets, my branding, my marketing, like my connections with people. I would be taking away from that, trying to learn a skill that I could just have, you learned how to do. And then we hired an accounting firm, you know what I mean? So like, I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to learn that. I'm good.
Yeah. I mean, that's one thing is like the social media thing that I don't love, but I know that it's important for me to do it. So it's something that it's not one person needs to do, right?
Yeah.
That we both should be doing it. So I'm like, okay, maybe I'll love it. Maybe I'll like it. I don't know.
I mean, listen, I come from a entertainment background for 22 years, and I did not love talking to my telephone. To me, it was the most awkward thing.
That makes me feel better.
Camera crew around, girl, I'm good. I'm fine. I don't even notice. But talking to my phone, Blake had to do my first reel with me. I couldn't do it. And it's kind of bad.
I've seen.
Let's talk about going back.
I've seen some of those videos.
The early videos.
Yeah, and I thought I don't remember them. Maybe I didn't see them, but I think it's important because for me, I've seen you as who you are in social. I mean, it's definitely improved,
much more professional.
Much more professional in that. No, I don't want to say improved. That was the wrong word, but much more professional. But from what I remember, I've always thought they were good. So then I saw these ones from when you first started Next Level. Maybe I didn't see them. I don't know. But I was like, Wow. It actually made me feel better. So I was
good.
telling you to like, you should put them up to show people. Like it didn't start, it's not just started this way.
Yes.
Like all the things like our fashion, the way maybe I'm comfortable talking to clients now, like all these things take time.
The systems.
The systems of it. Yeah.
How we work with families, how we work with providers, how we refer, how all the things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it's important to like acknowledge that because people, I think a lot of times don't want to do it like me.
Well, tell people the truth, what you did that whole morning when you were trying to go through and empty your Google Drive.
Hysterical.
She was cracking up.
I was having the best morning of my life.
I call her Janine. Janine's in the background. I call her and she says, I am dying over here laughing at videos and pictures of you and Blake in the beginning. They were so bad.
They were amazing. It was I had the best morning of my life.
And I'm like, oh, thanks, Sarah.
It was Monday.
That's so nice.
I remember the day.
Picking on me. Thanks. So nice.
I wasn't picking. It was actually like cute.
Yeah. I mean, listen,
I was laughing with her, like not at her for sure.
If you want to start stuff, you're not going to start being great at it, right? But you have to start.
Yeah.
And so once you start, you get better and better, like how you've improved with your comfortability on the podcast. You know, your first few episodes, you were terrified. Now you're very comfortable. You're you.
Yeah. And I think this is a random thing, and I know we're kind of just making decisions on what we want to talk about.
Just talk.
So I watched this lady the other day. It was a TED. I've been really involved in TED Talks lately, for school, but just in general. And this lady was talking about examining children and adults and what's one thing that makes the most successful people. And it's not financial. It's not having parents that have been married, going to a big school. It was grit.
Grit.
And I
think
was
I've seen that one.
It was
because I'm watching a ton of them.
Yeah.
I'm working on them.
And I was like, wow, that's amazing if you think about it, because you and Blake started this, right? And you're like, these are my ideas. So even just to start it.
Yeah.
And then push through knowing what could be and continuing to do that. And I think about all the times of, even doing the social media thing, like maybe an influencer, right? And they see all these people and they try to start doing it and they're like, I'm terrible at this.
Yeah.
But it's practice.
Yeah. Well, I never wanted to have a big social media for following.
Oh, you didn't?
No, it was never the plan.
Oh, I didn't know
like,
that.
I shared about it recently. Like when I would, when I shared on Eric's podcast, like I would just post on LinkedIn about being in, recovery and being a trauma survivor. And I would get hundreds of thousands of views. And I was like, whoa. Because this is when LinkedIn had different, analytics, and it's much harder now to grow your profile. But I was in there in the early game. So that, like, all of a sudden I was just getting, so many. And then same thing with Instagram. Like once I saw that I could like impact more people on a greater level, because at first, I think you heard me say too, at first it was to show all the ones I went to high school with that, hey, I made it out.
Yep.
I made it out. I'm good. I'm alive. I'm thriving.
Yeah.
You thought I was going to not make it. I was least
Prove
likely.
people wrong.
Yeah. To prove that was what then that felt icky. Yeah. Once I got healthier. Then it was about, oh my God, I can help so many people this way.
Yeah.
And people can send a DM much easier than picking up a phone and being like, hey, I'm an attorney. I'm doing a lot of cocaine. I haven't told anybody. What should I do? I need help. Or people reaching out to us from Switzerland. Like we've built an international brand that when I met Theo in the Netherlands.
Oh, Theo.
And he said he watched me grow my business from LinkedIn and from social media over the past however many years. And I was like, wow, Theo in the Netherlands knows who Amanda Marino is. Like, that's cool. And
I think we should talk about this.
Yeah.
Okay, so your social media thing. What do you think? I guess my question is.
I already know where you're going to go.
What do you think I'm going to say?
Of the shit talk.
Oh, no. I wasn't going to say. Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, but no, go where you're going to go. That's better.
I mean, we can definitely. Okay. I was going to say. Oh, shit. What was I going to say? I was going to say that I think, like, talking about your social media and how it has helped mental health, substance use disorder, like what you've started to do, right? Like it wasn't necessarily the plan to get all these followers, but like where is it taking you? I think is important to like talk about.
Yeah.
And like what you did to get to that point, I guess is.
Yeah. I mean, getting vulnerable, publicly puts you out there, right? And so it's worth that risk to me, because the messages I get from people when I do something brave, like even putting out there like I shared a screenshot of somebody that, said something awful back to Susan Block, the therapist, about me. I just screenshot it and put it out there. And I was like, I don't get it. You need to get a life. Because like sometimes I don't say anything. I don't give it any attention, probably 90% of the time.
Yeah, I agree.
But like then I got messages from multiple women saying, oh my God, this happens to me too. And I never want to give it negative attention. It's so nice to know that I'm not alone. So I found that when I share about my mental health, when I share about trauma, sexual abuse, addiction, like family issues, now I have an aging mother, like all the things that I talk about vulnerably, co-parenting, like people can connect to it. And I'm very myself. I'm exactly who I am when you hang out with me, as I am on my social media, And so I think that it's worth the risk of getting, a Karen or a Rick in there here and there.
It's more Ricks for sure.
And I just like I'm making a conscious decision after the month of March.
Yeah.
To keep going and go harder and go all more authentic, like give it my all and give zero attention to any of the negativity.
Yeah. How do you do that?
Just I'm like, we're making content on Monday with Yasmin, and I'm gonna I have like some ideas. I just want to go deeper. I want to go harder. I don't want to hold back. I actually am holding back.
No.
Oh yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. Okay.
Believe it or not.
I mean, it's crazy the amount of negative comments you do get, which is, easy for me to be like, oh, just ignore it, right? Because it's not directed at me. It's directed at you. I just feel like a lot of times those people are so like unwell.
Of course.
And I think that like for you don't really give it that much attention. Like you show, but then you take that and then you show other people like, hey, I'm gonna like, this is what's going on, but like, I'm gonna just ignore it and like push through.
Yeah. Cause the next day I put up a picture of me with a DMX. We ain't going
I know. I remember that. That was great.
We right here. Nope. Sorry. You're not going to stop me. Tell me I can't. Maybe I'll hurt. My trauma of being bullied as a kid will come up, and
it definitely is going to happen.
It
for
will.
Sure.
It'll get triggered at times. Sometimes it's laughable and brush your shoulders off, but sometimes it takes me a minute, but I come back stronger and want to do more.
What do you do when, say there's the times where it does kind of bring back like trauma? Like, are there certain things that you do for like self-care for yourself, right?
Yeah, get the hell off social media for a little bit.
I was waiting for that one. Yeah.
I do that. I mean, 2 years ago, I did it for 6 months. Usually I do it for a month, a year, and then I do a week here and there when needed. Like after, our winter conference, I came off. I kept Instagram because my Instagram is beautiful and spiritual and all kinds of great things. Because I've made it that way.
Yeah.
I love that you can choose that. But I took off Facebook for a while because I just couldn't fathom the stuff that was going on. And it's crazy. I can post something, someone else can post it, but because Amanda Marino posted it, it's gonna get shit talked about.
Yeah.
And so like I took down a few posts that like I really probably shouldn't have.
Yeah.
But I
told you shouldn't have.
I just did it because I just didn't want to deal with the nonsense. Not worth it.
Yeah, no, I know.
I want peace. That's all I want. I want peace. I love my life. I love my friends. I love my circle of people, my women in my mastermind, the women that have been attracted to me since I've made changes in friendships.
Yeah.
I feel like my life is whole and full, and who matters comes to me and is amazing.
Yeah.
I feel more supported now than I probably ever have.
No, that's good. I love that. Yeah. I mean, it's definitely that's growth for you.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I know you say like some of the growth for me, but I remember like when we first, got together in this, back, because Amanda used to be my sponsor, like back again, and how little friends I had, right? I was like isolating, new mom, you were trying to get me out, but you had this large friend group.
Yeah.
And then you've realized that it's not really about, and I have to say, and I will tell everybody this. I tell clients, I tell families, I tell everybody. You are one of the most loyal people. Like I said it to Sean the other day. If I needed anything, I could call you and you would stop what you were doing and come to the house. You've done it before.
Yeah.
So to me, it's kind of strange that it happens because I don't understand it. I think
you said you think I'm too nice sometimes and I give too much of myself to the wrong people.
You do. So our goal is to work on who you're giving your energy to. But there's also that balance because you want to put that Gandhi quote, be the change you wish to be in the world, right? Yeah. So like you want everybody to be that way. Unfortunately, they're not. So like how do we balance that?
Well, that one I'm done. I don't expect anyone to be how I'm going to be.
Okay.
But I will not allow in my arena, in my hula hoop, if you aren't a girl's girl and you aren't happy for me and you're not happy and you aren't lifting and you aren't comfortable in yourself, like I'm not having that around me anymore. Like that's my boundary. And since I've set that boundary, the bar has elevated.
It really has.
All the people in my life, I just like literally could pinch myself.
I know.
You know, really like really solid. We learn from one another. We lift one another. Like I'm working on my TED Talk and I desperately want to be on one, but every one of my friends in my mastermind and Blake who just did their TED Talks, I shared all of theirs on LinkedIn. Like I am proud of them.
Yeah.
They're getting a TED Talk is not going to take away from mine. So I am happy for them. And that's like, and I want to continue to be like with that talk I did that you helped me with for Women's Month for the $1 Million Weekend. Like that's what I feel. Lift, love, lean into, and empower other women. And like, that's what it's about. I mean, men too, like, you guys too, but women are for me are where it's at. I'm a girl's girl.
Yeah, I agree.
After a lifetime of a guy's girl.
Yeah. I mean, I think I was just a loner, if that's even a thing. I didn't really hang out with much people just with my addiction. So it's interesting to have like the circle that I have, and it's still changing.
Yeah.
As I grow, if people stay the same, I may find people that are aligned with where I'm growing, and it's all like kind of a process. I have to say, if I can't think of the top of my head, like any negativity I have like towards like real negativity. I'm talking like where I don't like, I'm like, oh God, and maybe I'm just like in a very positive spot today, but I can't think of anybody right now.
I actually can't either because I had a couple like, through the things I went through last month, and I prayed for them and let it go before I went to the Keys, and it's gone,
Yeah.
And I've even reached out to some people that there's been some like weirdness, and I just don't even care anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
I just don't care.
Yeah.
It's like that feeling of like that neutral feeling. Like that's when it's good. It's like I'm going to love and pour into and care and be abundant to those who are pouring and loving and being abundant into me. And I'm going to nurture and cherish those. And I have to say, you have definitely grown in that. Like,
oh no, I know
now, like you have like you're particular of who you associate with, but like you have a good picker. Like most of the time.
Yeah, I was just gonna say most of the time.
And but like you've really expanded your reach. You really started to put yourself out there. Like you would go to like to Eric, who's going to be here later, Eric Bricker's thing, and like you brought him a smoothie. Like you're thoughtful, you're mindful, and whoever you connect with is like you're into that.
Yeah, I feel like we both have this thing, and I don't know the word for it because I'm not like a technically like spiritual or whatever you want to call it person, but like that energy you get off of someone, I feel like I have it like immediately with people.
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. And my thing though is like mind. I have to like pay like my gut. I have to listen to my gut, and when I do, I'm on point. When I'm like, my friends are friends with them, and like I kind of should try to push myself there, but it doesn't feel natural. I still will do it once in a while. It used to be constant. Now, like I don't.
Yeah, I mean, I'll definitely be nice to people for sure. Like if you say you had a friend and I was like, oh, bad energy, but I'm still going to be respectful of her. But I wouldn't like go out of my way to then be like, hey, do you want to hang out? Like,
oh God, who has time for that?
No,
we're too busy.
So I think it's the point of like being respectful to everybody, but like who you're investing, like your I would call it like friendship energy too, or your love
pouring
energy
into.
too. Yeah,
the pouring into.
I like that.
Sharpen it with self-esteem. You have to sharpen with it like a sword, right? We're not born.
I never
with
heard
self-esteem.
that.
Yeah, it was in our talk that we did together.
Oh,
We wrote together.
I didn't speak it. You did.
Yeah, you.
I remember
you sharpen.
that, yeah.
Like self-esteem isn't something we're just born with. It's something that we have to sharpen, we work at and sharpen like a sword. And the people that pour into us cherish those relationships with all of our hearts and pour deeply into them.
Look at you,
because they're rare.
Remembering your speech. I'm impressed.
Boop, boop. Not my strong suit memorizing things.
No, but you did. Look at it. That was amazing.
So how would we like to wrap up?
Let's announce what our favorite song is right now.
Okay.
Do you want to do that?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm trying to think of mine because I got a bunch.
Hold on. Let me pull it up. Doechii? Anxiety. You know that song? Anxiety takes if Johnny listens, he's going to be like, I'm so sick of that song. I play it over, and Serena likes it. My 1-year-old, she'll start dancing.
Well, I'm really into that Nightmare Halsey song. I know it's older, but I'm into that song right now. I'm always into Adele and Taylor. My Tupac, my Dre. But like, I love the Vigilante shit by Taylor. The one that says, draw the cat eye sharp enough to kill a man.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's about like, I'm dressing for revenge.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not dressing for the women. I'm not dressing for the men. Lately, I've been dressing for revenge.
Oh.
I don't start shit, but I'm going to show you how it ends. Don't get mad, get even.
Listen, after Amanda went to Europe for the Taylor Swift concert, I listened to Taylor Swift as like a general listener.
Yeah, like on the radio.
On the radio. So
Same with me.
anytime I said something, she would send me lyrics to it. Read this lyric. Tell me how amazing it is for like weeks.
She's a poet. I think she's as savage as Tupac.
No, listen, we've talked about it.
She's as savage as Tupac. I love them both. Tupac was like gangster with it, but Taylor like says it in like a way that sounds like sweet. But
yeah,
it's like the smallest man who ever lived.
Oh yeah, everybody loves that song.
Yeah, I think anyone who's had a douchey ex can love woohoo, smallest man who ever lived.
I love that. Yeah, you got me into that song actually.
Oh, it's so good. It's like when it builds up.
Yeah.
So anyways, I have to thank Essen for that. Essen
thanks,
really got
Essen.
me into the lyrics. But okay, so you can find us, me, Amanda Marino, you just Google me, you'll find all my stuff. Next, AmandaMarinoSpeaks.com is live and in the works.
And amazing.
And getting tweaked. And then we're powered by Next Level Recovery Associates, our company.
Mm-hmm.
And how can people find you?
NextLevelRA.com. Don't Google me because it probably won't come up soon though. So Facebook, LinkedIn, Sarah Frias, and then my Instagram, which is correct, Sarah E. Frias.
It's the funniest thing I told you, and I'll share with people. So my daughter was trying to like show people a picture of her mom for something, like on her phone at school. And she Googled me, and she's the one that found out that I came up as TV personality.
That's amazing.
And I didn't even know. And I was cracking up laughing. And then so Blake would pick on me and be like, TV personality shit.
Yeah, I love it.
So it cracked me up. So I mean,
it's easier to find you nowadays.
Yeah,
You just Google your name.
Yeah, there's sorry, the other Amanda Marinos.
Yeah, sorry.
All right. Thanks so much.
Thank you.